Hi everyone, welcome to Pep Talk. I'm Pauline Morini and I'd like to invite you to join me on a fun and educational journey to health and happiness. I'll bring important topics to discussion and together we're going to learn, support each other, and build better habits. Today we're going to talk about Meatless Monday. Yes, that's right. Have you ever heard of it? Well, it's a global movement with a simple message. Once a week, you cut the meat. You may have heard that eating meat is bad for the environment, and today we're going to look at the greenhouse gas impact of eating vegetarian for 1 day a week. Leo DiCaprio, Bill Gates, and so many other famous personalities have been involved in the subject and trying to educate people because many of us still don't believe in climate change or don't understand the connection between food we produce and environmental issues. National Geographic reports that eating beef is actually more harmful to the planet than driving a car. Why is that? What eating meat has anything to do with the environment? Well, according to the Meat Institute in 2014, the average American consumed 182 pounds of meat per year. The average 8 ounces of meat a day, and it generates over 13,000 pounds of CO2 a year per person. What? That's right. It turns out that meat products have a larger CO2 footprint per ounce than grain or vegetable products. Feeding massive amounts of grain and water to animals and then killing them and processing, transporting, and storing their flesh is extremely energy intensive. And forests, which absorb greenhouse gases, are cut down in order to supply food and grow crops for these animals. Globally, animal agriculture is responsible for more greenhouse gases than all the world's transportation systems combined. An Oxford University study shows that meat eaters are responsible for almost twice as many dietary greenhouse gas emissions per day as vegetarians, and about 2.5 times as many as vegans. Did you know? The energy required to produce a single 1/4 pound of a burger is enough to charge your phone for 6 months. Eating one less serving of beef each Monday is the same as taking your car off the road for 348 miles. Skipping steak for a week is the equivalent of not driving for almost 3 months. If a family skipped meat and cheese for 1 day a week, that would be the equivalent of not driving for 5 weeks and reducing everyone's daily showers by 3 minutes. The world's cows eat enough to feed 9 billion people. And you could fill 10 bathtubs with the water required to make 1/4 pound of a burger. 70% of the deforestation of the Amazon is to provide land for cattle ranches. Livestock production covers 33% of the entire surface of the earth. Crazy, huh? Well, now that you know all the facts, you can try to skip animal products for a day. If all of us do a little bit, together we can help heal our planet. Choosing to consume less meat has other beneficial outcomes as well. For example, your health. You can reduce your risk of heart disease, stroke, certain cancers, diabetes, and obesity. You could also save you some bucks in restaurants and groceries by buying veggies and fruits instead of animal products. All right. Since you're so excited about trying Meatless Monday, I will show you that it's actually really easy to cut meat for a day. And it's always fun to try new recipes and cook delicious and healthy foods that even meat eaters will love it. Come with me. Hi guys, now that you're excited to try Meatless Monday, I'm going to teach you how to make this very easy veggie pie. Before we start, let's preheat our oven at 400 degrees. You're only going to need 4 ingredients: milk, water, olive oil, and any type of flour that you have. So let's get into it. You're going to need a blender and you're going to blend first the liquids. So here I have 2 cups of milk. I'm using soy milk, but you can use any type of milk that you have. Then I'm going to add the water. This is 1 cup of water. And now I'm going to add the oil. I'm using olive oil, but you can use canola oil or any type of oil that you want. I'm using 3/4 of a cup. I'm gonna blend it, and after that we can add the dry ingredients. Now that I add my wet ingredients, I can start adding the dry ingredients. So I'm gonna add 1 cup of flour at a time. It's very simple. You guys are gonna love it. As you can see, this is a very easy recipe. You can make it under 5 minutes. So you can make it for parties. If you have guests coming in on the last minute, just throw this in a blender and you have a dough in less than 5 minutes. So after you blend the flour into the wet ingredients, you're going to start adding a little bit of the spices. So I like to put some flavor in this dough to give it some color, to taste good. So I'm going to start adding a little bit of pepper. I like oregano, so it gives a little bit of the pizza flavor, the pie flavor that we're looking for. A little bit of garlic powder, just to give some color and some flavor. I love nutritional yeast. I use nutritional yeast for everything, especially we're vegetarians. We love the cheesy flavor that nutritional yeast can bring to a dish. It's gonna give some beautiful color and also some really tasty flavor. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, just a hint. And I'm gonna mix it one more time. All right, I've noticed that my dough is a little thick, so it cannot be too thin, but it cannot be too thick. It should be pancake consistency. So I'm gonna add just a tiny bit of water. So I usually try 1 tablespoon of water each time, just to see where I'm gonna land. Okay, now that we're already blended our 3 cups of flour here, the only thing it's missing is the baking powder. So I'm not gonna blend it, I'm only gonna add the baking powder. It's a full tablespoon, and I'm gonna mix it with the spatula. Very gently, just to incorporate. Okay, now that I have the baking powder in a mix, I can add my dough to the pan. Okay, now we're ready to start pouring the dough into the pan. Now I just need to add half of the dough into the pan. Don't forget to grease your pan. It can be too small or too big, otherwise it's not gonna bake right, so it has to be a medium pan. And we really want to cover the bottom. I'm spreading with a spatula just to make sure all the bottom is covered. Okay, now that I have a nice layer of dough, I can start adding my filling. So here, the filling that I'm using, it's whatever I had in the fridge. So onions, garlic, broccoli, olives, corn, but you can put whatever you want actually. You can do any type of veggies that you want. I like a very rich pie, so I'm gonna add a lot of filling. This will be your veggie intake for the day. This pie will help you to increase your intake of veggies. Okay, I try to spread here so you have filling evenly. You have all your delicious vegetables evenly. Now I'm gonna add the rest of the dough to close the pie. It is so easy to eat vegetarian for a day that you won't even notice that you're not eating meat. It's so easy to make vegetarian meals because you don't need to handle with raw meat that I'm sure you're gonna eat vegetarian for more than one day. This is such an easy recipe and I'm sure your family is gonna love it. So make it and let me know how it went. So now we're gonna put this in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes at 400 degrees. Okay, our pie is ready. It's so easy to make and it's so delicious. You guys are gonna love it. So I'm gonna cut in squares so we can serve in your little parties. You can wrap it, bring it to lunch, or give it to your kids. It's just so good. Okay, our pie is ready. Smells so good, and it's so delicious that everyone's gonna love it. You can eat it for breakfast, for lunch, pre or post workout, or dinner. You can bring it to a party. You can make it, very quickly if you have like a last minute guest. So this is just so good. Also, a lot of veggies here. The rye flour has a lot of protein, and so in this meal you have the carbs you need, whole wheat carbs. You have your protein, and you have a lot of fiber and a lot of vegetables. This is the perfect meal. So let's cut it and try it out. So this is the final result, and I gotta tell you, it's so, so good. Very good. You guys should try it. And you can try with any filling that you have in the fridge. It's so easy to make. You can bring to a party. You can serve for your kids, whatever you'd like. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you try it and let me know how it goes. And stay healthy, stay happy. See you next time. Remember, what you do consistently matters more than what you do once in a while. So commit yourself to creating better habits for you, for your family, and for the future of Earth. Stephen Hawking made a prediction that we're facing the last 100 years of the planet, and he's not alone. The Earth needs our help. If we don't make massive changes to our behavior over the next 12 years, the damage we've done to this planet will be irreversible. For more details, check meatlessmonday.com. Thank you so much for watching and for doing your part in protecting our environment and creating a healthy, more sustainable future. Stay healthy, stay happy. See you next time.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.